at the Le Mans 24 Hours this year, we have two types of tyre manufacture. For the LMP1 cars and for the majority of the other cars, we have Michelin tyres, and we also have Dunlop tyres providing tyres mainly for LMP2, but some GT cars as well. I just wanted to show you exactly what the tyres go through. Firstly, the rims are sent up to Michelin, who will fit the tyres onto the rims, and then all of the air will be taken out of these tyres and nitrogen will be put in. Now, nitrogen doesn't react so much to temperature, and therefore, even though the temperature of the tyre will increase as it's going around the circuit, the pressure will not change thanks to the nitrogen inside. So the tyres come from Michelin, which is quite a long way away around the back of the paddock here. They get trailered down, and the next thing is, once they're pressured, they'll be labelled. Now, let's have a quick look up here. You can see there's white writing. Every single tyre will have a code. There's an SMP 37 there, and that will allow the teams to trace exactly what tyres have done what. This is a RL, so a rear left, and you'd hope there's a rear right, a front left, and a front right in that pile. These are used tyres. You can see that they have lost their shine. There's a bit of grain, a bit of pickup with paint in there, and you might find the odd stone in there as well. So these are tyres that have done some work. If you look behind, however, these are tyres that are yet to go out. In fact, they're bone cold, so they will not be being used in the near future. They'll certainly be used a bit later on, no doubt. But you can see the fronts here and the rears just a little bit wider for this LMP2 car. Now, before the tyres go onto the car, they need to be at the temperature that they'll be at when they're going around on circuit. So there's not a big change when their driver goes out onto the circuit for the first time. And endurance teams use ovens. So that is what we have behind here. Big, warm ovens. And as you go closer and closer to them, there's a real heat that's coming out. Now, the tyres will be treated to maybe 70 or 80 degrees temperature. That will mean that the rubbers are much more supple, and if I touch the rubber on those tyres, it will be moving around and really sticky to feel. That will actually stick to the tarmac on the circuit, and initially, as soon as the driver goes out, through those first corners, through the S's, the car will feel good. There won't be that gradual build-up temperature. Yes, it'll change a little bit, but not a drastic amount. If you touch these, they're very, very slippery. The team trying to find some new tyres, and indeed, they may well also change the pressure of the tyres to make sure that the pressure is correct for the driver. A little bit change in pressure will change the temperature of the tyres, and that will then allow them to react differently and to last longer or to last shorter or to be faster at the start of the stint but then drop off. Lots of different variants. And as you can see, two new sets of tyres heading out for SMP Racing, ready to go on the car to set some more fast times. Now, there are different compounds that Michelin supply to all these teams. Softer, harder compounds, more durable, less durable. And basically what the test today is, once you've got a good base setup for your car, is to try to work out which is going to be best for your car. Now, of course, if it rains, there is also the wet tyre, and we can come around here and be able to see just in the corner here, the wet tyres. Nice, as you'd expect to see from a road car, really. Big grooves where the water can sit in and be thrown out and allow the car to stay on the ground. Just one compound of wet tyre for the LMP2 category. Now, the LMP1s, Michelin have developed what they call a slick wet tyre. They also have an intermediate, which has a very small grain. The slick wet tyre is like this, but a lot softer. It's completely slick, and it's what most of the teams used in the first round of the World Endurance Championship this year at Silverstone. It's very difficult to explain, but basically boils the water off the surface of the track to allow the tyre to still stick to the track, even though it's damp. It works in a very small window, but when it does work, it's very, very effective. Because as soon as you have the blocks like this, those blocks move around, and as soon as they overheat, it basically feels like you're driving on jelly. And so what you want to do is try and avoid that, and if the circuit is drying, you'll see cars move on to the wet part of the circuit to try and cool the tyres down. And if it's very, very wet, they are good and efficient tyres. So lots to do here at the test day with regards to the cars, but also what compound tyres you're going to choose from Michelin over the race week and how you can treat them to get the best performance out of them with these ovens, with pressure, and of course filling them up with the nitrogen as well.